Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, getting back at it, grinding in the content mines for a new Cringing with our friend Tom MacDonald. Tom and I, we go way back at this point, way back to his big breakout single, Whiteboy. Ever since, I have to admit, I just cannot take my ears and take my eyes off the man's music. Tom did drop this album last year, Death Threats. The reception was cold, kind of non-existent, really. I didn't even pay much attention to it either. And it seems like as a result of that, Tom is back. Tom is back on his usual steez. He's back to putting out singles, he's back to putting out music videos, where the whole point of the song is essentially, people on the internet don't like me because I'm a white guy. I said in my last video talking about Tom's music that he's kind of painting himself into a corner, that he's turning into a one-trick pony. And I think that is basically bearing out in the fact that he's literally going back to the concept and the story of the song that put him on the map in the first place, Whiteboy. So this is like the sequel to Whiteboy. We're no longer a white boy anymore. We have graduated to just a white male. He's a man now. He's an adult. And it would seem that the persecution that Tom was rapping about on Whiteboy has gotten worse. He's now depicting himself like in a jumpsuit, like he's in jail. It's getting bad, guys. Personally, I fear for Tom MacDonald's safety after he has now admitted that he's a straight white male on his single cover here. So, listen, let's go through the motions here. Tom is doing what he does. I'm going to do what I do, kind of cringe at it, and then all of you are going to do what you do. For the third time, we're completing the trilogy. So here we have it, Tom MacDonald, straight white male, already 1 million views on it. Quite a few thumbs up, not that many thumbs down. It seems like Tom's message is finally resonating with the people, which is exciting for him, I think. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Straight white male, Tom MacDonald, ba-bam. I'm so racist. I like Hispanics and Negroes and natives and Asians. Oh my God. Already at this point in the song, we're being hit with two really obnoxious things. One, Tom just like listing off a laundry list of races and cultures saying, well, I like all these different kinds of people. Come on, man. Also, he goes off to list all of these black things that he likes, and then he goes on after that to say that he likes Negroes, which is honestly just him trying to be provocative, trying to be edgy, trying to get a rise out of people who are going to see the stupid insensitivity of this song and just basically rage at it and get mad at it. Tom, once again, totally transparent troll, and it's painfully obvious like what he's doing and what he's trying to do here. The relatively small amount of views in comparison with Whiteboy and the relatively small amount of dislikes on this video, it's really telling me that the only people who are seeing this video are the very insular group of individuals that basically want to exist in this echo chamber where Tom MacDonald pats them on the head and says, yes, you white people, you're oppressed. Something is unfair in your life. The world is against you and I'm here to baby you through it. Also on top of it, a total misunderstanding of what white privilege is and what it's argued to be. Look, I'm not going to say that the term white privilege isn't often used by pseudo-woke individuals that often don't know shit about politics or social issues. Also, for individuals who don't know what white privilege is or are benefiting from it and therefore might be blind to it, the term doesn't exactly lend itself to comprehension all that easily, as white privilege is not so much like a series of guaranteed benefits or a valuable object that you're handed for being white. It's more like a series of disadvantages that you don't experience because you're a part of the majority group in this country. So Tom comes through trying to delegitimize the idea by saying, well, I'm white, nobody handed me anything, nobody just rolled the red carpet out for me, when the existence and execution of white privilege isn't as clear-cut or as black and white as that. But hey, that's all I have to say with just the first 30 seconds of this video. past so far. Let's keep going. Okay, another heaping helping of insensitivity on the part of Tom, where he has to make everybody else's problems about him, essentially. Black power says he's the problem. Girl power says he's the issue. The LGBTQ community says he's a horrible person too. Do I think Tom MacDonald is directly responsible for anything awful happening to women or black people or the trans community? No, of course not. I don't think anybody would legitimately argue that. But your apathy toward these problems does contribute to their persistence. I would actually argue it contributes to them in an even greater fashion because you're literally advocating for apathy in this video. Because ultimately, all you're really telling your audience here is, why should I care about anybody else's problems? Doesn't it matter more that it makes me feel awkward when I have to hear about them? Oh my God, so woke. I mean, listen, that's all well and good, but are you willing to maybe put your own feelings aside and say something like, hey, you know what, this whole family separation at the border thing, it's kind of like one of the most messed up things that our government has implemented in this generation. Really, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of priorities. I mean, like, really, like, who has it worse off here? You know, the dude who has all the freedom in the world to bitch and whine and complain and cry in as many music videos as he would like until the end of time? Or, is it a child who was separated from their family at the border and died in border security custody? Like, which one is it? Maybe our whites look the same and you think that I'm somebody else. So cool. Honestly, I think that everyone looks alike if they ain't white, and I'm sorry, it's true. Oh, wow. So you're the edge, bro. The edge. Wow, that's edgy. Oh, God, this hook. This hook makes me want to die. Straight white male. You know, it's sad that it's not as ridiculous and as over the top as white boy, white boy, white boy, white boy. But I'll take it. Again, in this hook, it just feels like Tom is consciously trolling, just trying to essentially say, hey, I'm a straight white male, it's great to be me, I'm gonna flaunt it in your face, because I guess I'd get something out of that. Essentially, what Tom gets out of it is views and attention, which is why he's dipping back into the well here to remind people that he's a guy, and he's white, and he's straight. Straight white male, I'm so frail. Well, I mean, come on, man. If people commenting on your maleness and your whiteness didn't hit you right in the feels, I mean, I don't think you'd be making this music video for like the 5th time. Man, you're so mean. You're so racist. You're so basic. You said that science. All right, so here we have right here. This is essentially Tom's worst nightmare. This is the worst thing happening to Tom. When Tom sends out this message of straight white men are under attack, we're dressed in prison garbs, we're just being persecuted for being straight, for being white, for being male. When Tom argues this point, this is literally all that he's talking about. Some girl that has 1 or 2 colors in her hair that are not her own, just complaining at him. Tom MacDonald and his blame me complex. That's really all that he's exploring here. That's really all that he's saying. So when Tom MacDonald does like roll his eyes and he says, oh, I'm a white male, I'm so frail, blah, 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 blah. No, I mean, dude, literally, like, you're fucking frail, because, I mean, this is unfair to you. This is the worst thing to happen. This is the worst thing happening to you. Just some girl complaining at you. All right, I'm not really sure if we need to watch the whole exchange between these two, because it's really just a reiteration of not only all the stuff happening in the song so far, but also everything Tom has been doing in his music career so far. I'm sorry, guys, if this video so far sort of seems like I'm running into a wall. I'm running out of things to say, but that's literally because Tom, our friend Tom here, has run out of things to say. This is literally all that he knows how to do. He is the one-trick pony that I talked about in my last video about his song that was nearly about this same topic. And what's funnier is that the whole courtroom thing and just the narrative of this music video would tell you that it's like culturally for straight white guys, things have just gotten worse since the Whiteboy video. Now he's literally in a courtroom. Yes! The judge hit the dab! Oh man, he just yeeted on the criminal justice system. Oh! All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it at that. That was, again, another helping of hot garbage, another helping of hot trash, and we will catch you in another video at some point where we are not cringing as much. I just want to live the rest of my life as cringe-free as possible. Please. All right, please. Please, Thomas. Please. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Hit that up. Hit that up. Hit it up. I love you forever.